It's the semifinals, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals of the Battle Hardened here in Milwaukee. Sponsored, put on, presented by MinMax Games. And I'm still floored by the way that game ended. I mean, we're about to watch Alex in action again, but Boltyn is doing things that no one expected. No one thought that this was possible. You know what? I should not say that. I am wrong. Alex expected it. Alex
You're damn right.
knew that it was going to happen. How do I know? Well, he's the one piloting it. So if anyone knows, it's going to be Alex. But I mean, if you thought that this was going to happen, sound off in chat because you're one of the few.
Here's what I'd say. I know somewhere, either in the state of Texas or the great northern province of Canada, my good friend Ellie Bird is smiling because we have got a Rune Blade and we have got Sir Boltyn here in the semifinals.
You know something, Sam?
Oh, talk to me then.
Normally, I would be so salty to even see a Vis get the top four.
Yep.
But I think my love for this Boltyn player and the plays we've seen is just so outshining it that I'm pumped for this game.
Let's go.
And if the Boltyn wins, then there you go. Putting the Vis player down a little bit. So there we go.
Yeah.
There's a little bit
happy no
extra
matter
right there.
what.
This is going to be a barn burner of a game. I mean, Alex has already put on 2 master classes. Can we see another one? Now, both of those previous games were into Enigma. Now we get to see his take on perhaps a more aggressive version. Though, if you reflect back on the quarterfinals, Nick just played a value back and forth style of game plan against New and just won. Won the game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's sometimes any deck that has that many attack reactions and disruptive pieces, any of those decks really can friggin' clunk, man. And it really does seem like that's what happened to that new player, right? Just like some real unfortunate draw sequences and unable to string together the right disruption. Because I'm kind of looking at Nick and I'm saying, all right, I think this deck is going to need to do something a little more exciting to take down this Boltyn deck, because it was a very fair game that the Viserai played in the quarterfinals, and Boltyn's been taking down what some are calling the most unfair deck in the meta.
Yeah, that is pretty accurate. Being able to do what he did to Enigma. Alex is really going to show us some stuff here. Now, I'm curious to see what changes up, and take a look down here.
Wait,
look at the Warpath of Winged Grace, which is from the Boltyn Armory deck.
Yo, wait, Crown of Dominion, dude.
Okay.
Is Nick literally like making fun of me right now?
All right, so we talked earlier today to a couple of players that mentioned that Crown of Dominion is just in the deck to help draw more cards, to put more damage down, and just filter. Now, you remember, you can't do cash-in shenanigans anymore. Cash-in is no more.
Yeah, that was a huge part of these Viserai decks, was they would run the Crown of Dominion, they'd have the gold, but it was to play cash-in.
And now it's not necessarily to do that. Instead, we're just putting it out there to draw 2.
Wow.
To draw 1, I
Draw
should say,
one,
paying
pitch
2 to basically net you a resource and replace that card that you pitched, but definitely not something that you might expect. And maybe this is another reason why people are underselling this Viserai list and just Viserai in general. Maybe not really seeing past the lines. Those don't go into the graveyard. They get shuffled back into the deck. Gonna make its way into the hand. Those 2 cards should indeed go back into the deck, shuffled.
You think I have time to be pitching against you?
Nevertheless, we are going to see some rune chants created off the back of this, thanks to Mordred Tide. It's going to be more than 1 this time around.
We'll start with the Malefic Incantation.
Malefic Incantation there.
That's going to create another set of 2 rune chants as well. The Rune Rager Swarm Blue has really shown up and shown out in this list. It's a card that's just basic go again, allows you to go wide, and on a Mordred Tide turn, you're okay sending 1 to send a ton more rune chants.
Yeah, 4 damage represented in
1 card in hand.
the rune chants there. Warpath, Wind Grace means we're going to go ahead and charge. Create a Quicken token. And that is going to be the final use of those Warpaths. They are now broken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Key point, they never did catch that those 2 non-attacks that were shown off by Sonata actually need to be shuffled back into the deck. So that's a dangerous prospect there. But drawing up, moving past it,
Yeah, at this point, players have now drawn up.
Again, on hit.
Those are good cards.
They were good cards.
Nick would have maybe liked to see them in the deck, but still going to be hanging out in the graveyard foreseeable future-wise.
I'm curious to see if he plays this aggressively going forward. Alex throwing Engulfing Light with the Quicken token.
Oh, from Sonata? Oh, they're right here.
Yes.
Yeah, we can fix that. You draw a new hand. Yep. Thanks for catching
Ah,
that.
good catch. Good. I'm glad the players were made aware, and then they can simply draw a new hand. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. Easy fix. No decisions have been made from this point forward. No cards had been drawn that can't just be shuffled back in, although I think the quote-unquote pitch stack are slightly different, but
You're good.
no, it's the same. This would have been the time they would have been shuffled anyway. It's right now.
Correct. Yeah, but well,
so
because
there's
Sonata
no
shuffles the
Yeah,
deck.
so there's no problems.
Drawing the cards, seeing the hand, and looking at Engulfing Light. This already has Go Again thanks to that Quicken token. And like I said, I really want to know how aggressive we're going to see Alex play this, or if he's going to play a more measured game plan, building up maybe some soul to try and pop off on a bigger turn.
I
like
heard
a
him
double.
say, "You think I have time to pitch against you?"
Chain and play Lumina?
So I think if that doesn't tell you a little bit about his style here, this is going to be 4.
No defense.
Oh,
I'll give go again.
Giving Go Again no blocks. So Nick
Yeah.
down to 33.
I will not gain the life here. You will here, because I'm higher.
You're about
No.
to go lower. The trigger
Oh,
happens
yeah,
after
yeah,
you
yeah,
lose
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Yep, taking the damage puts him lower, and he chuckles with glee as the life gain is forced to stop.
I will have you go to 29.
No life gain once again, thanks to the Reaping Blade saying not about that this time.
No, we'll go to Soul. Will Arsenal and
A lot of cards in the soul, though. Beacon of Victory looking hungry somewhere in the deck. 1 Lumina down, 1 card in the arsenal, drawn 4 more.
Now, the Arsenal, I do believe, is a V of the Vanguard, which means that you're playing a 5-card hand. So if you're not presented with disruption on the side of Nick, which if we look at the hand, if there's no disruption in this hand on the form of discard, you might just say take it and send your 5-card hand if it's good. But that being said, we do see 4 Rune Chants on the board already. Amplify the Arc Knight available to be played at the moment. No real Go Again available that way unless you use Spellbound Creepers to maybe flash something in, like a Revel in Rune Blood.
Arsenal's going to have, Mordred Tide. This is going to be a huge amount of rune chance created on this turn.
This is
4
turn.
already.
This is turn 2.
trigger.
Turn 1, he played Mordred Tide. Turn 2, he's playing Mordred Tide. And again, just Rune Rager Swarm. Blue coming in clutch.
Coming in clutch because now those Spellbound Creepers are online and the Revel in Runeblood can be played at instant speed, giving an action point, meaning that the Amplify the Arc Knight can come in as well. Wonder if there'll be further action point generation.
That's totally fine. So I'll make 2 runes.
Oh my gosh, massive amounts of Rune Chants being created. He's going to destroy 1.
We don't even
2.
need... Let's see, I'm not even
Yeah.
sure we really need more action points.
Going to, destroy and create. He's already done the attack, the non-attack. He's going up to 9 total Rune Chants, and then he's going to go up to 1,000,000 total Rune Chants.
So I'll make 7.
Yeah, I forgot Rune Rager Swarm just has Go Again.
Yes, it does.
That's just what that card is.
Well, which is why it's come in
Yeah.
clutch, because it's allowed him to string together these attacks and these non-attacks so that he can basically just do this. Massive value.
So I'll take the 15, obviously.
he said I'll take the 15, obviously, because
step
he
1.
ain't got no
I'll block.
Arcane Barrier. Gonna block 4 of the 6, take 2, so taking 17 down to 13 after this turn is over.
The value
Disgusting
calculations
stuff.
of this turn will be spoken of in hushed tones and dulcet whispers through the halls of the Demonastery ad infinitum at this point. But the 5-card hand passed back over to Alex.
Does look as though they're saying that perhaps Nick missed those final 2 rune chants that should have been generated from the Amplify the Arc Knight, and it would have been a second one thanks to the Mordred Tide. Let's see if that's important. 2 cards in off the tunic counter from the arsenal.
Plus 2 to the chain.
Plus 2 to the chain. Here's 5.
Via the Vanguard here, a very powerful card, a very powerful effect overall, and it looks like we have... I couldn't quite make it out. I wonder if he's going to pick his cards back up so that we can see. Look, there's the attack reaction to give the Go Again. Does he have a follow-up attack reaction in Beacon of Victory?
It's really hard.
But already sitting at 13 life. Nope. Oh my gosh. just
9.
Celestial
Go
Cataclysm.
again. Banishing 3. Has Go Again already. Looks like Nick's just going to take that as well.
Where the 9 is.
These heroes just absolutely throwing haymakers.
5, potentially with Go Again, was reminded.
Go again?
probably from the friends in chat and our producer. Revel destroys the rune chains at the end of the turn, so that's where that's where they went from the Amplify the Arc Knight. A Boltyn Blade to finish this out. 9 more damage. What on earth? 5 into
How?
9 into 5 into 9?
How have we missed this?
29 damage?
How have we missed this? How is this not more featured?
I mean,
I
dude,
think
he's
that's a fair question
he's-
to ask.
Well, I guess he hasn't dropped a game all day.
I'm gonna block for 8.
They'll buff,
Blocking for 8 with a waiver of the voice.
and then I will just pass turn.
Yeah, I would too, brother. Yeah, you did great. Yeah, I would just pass. I think you're good. Let's see how this next turn goes for you, though. Spirit of Irina. Let's see. He has now blocked with both those pieces of equipment.
It's going to pop
Destroy
the gold.
This is let's filter a little bit. See if we can find something a little better.
It gives you the replacement effect. It's going to replace itself for the pitch. You do have a resource up. So in a sense, you are gaining a resource on the turn. Thinking about the Rune Rager Swarm as the play here, Malefic would create the aura that would give Rune Rager Swarm red go again.
So Nick,
Pausing here, trying to decide how to best play out this 2-card hand. 1 floating means that you're probably sending that Reaping Blade.
should be at 8. They just represented that. A little update from the Verdance match, both currently at 50+ life, so we're not rushing over there anytime soon. Well, we got plenty of time to run over to that game. Don't you worry your pretty little heads, folks. We're going to see the Verdances try to outlife gain each other. Succumb to temptation, and then the Rune Rager Swarm saying, you have to give me a card on this, or I am going to look in your hand and make you discard.
Fun things, right?
Yeah.
Succumb, a very powerful new card from this Rosetta set for Rune Blades. You can, of course, flash it down at instant speed if you send the Rune Chant. Now, it's important to note here, playing it in this order means that you get
We'll go to reactions here.
more Rune Chants available to you. You, of course, create that Rune Chant. It already has Go again from the Rune Rager Storm, but now you're sending to Arcane. And you know the name of the game in this way is just win with Arcane, because there is no Arcane barrier available. And so if you can create more Rune Chants over the next few turns and then just survive, then you have a path to victory. But I don't know if Boltyn is going to let you do that. And that is a sentence that almost no one has ever uttered.
Not recently, for sure. 3 cards in hand here for Alex. How much can he threaten? Because this Viserai deck can go pretty crazy pretty quickly.
Pitching Spirit.
Pitch Spirit into Warband, attack with the weapon, pitch, make a courage, and draw a card here.
Okay.
Can extend the chain a little bit longer.
I'll draw a card.
Okay.
This
That's a
will
Boltyn Blade.
be in
Another Boltyn Blade.
for 3.
Shout out to all of your friends, all of our friends hanging out with us. Thank you for joining us. All of you hanging out in the chat here at the Battle Hardened Milwaukee, sponsored and put on by MinMax Games.
We will throw 8.
8 damage with the Boltyn Blade.
It's going to send just about everything that he can as far as equipment blocks, and maybe even 2 cards just to try and cover some damage here. But just on the face of it, this would send him to 2.
Taking
And
6.
going to
6,
2
going
is
to 2.
Nick. He's got a play lined up. He's got a 3-card play.
He's got a revel. That's what he's
Yeah, he does indeed. And if he can just create enough Rune Chants, he might be able to close this out. Now, is there any recourse to stop arcane damage on the side of Alex? On the board, the answer is no. Is there anything else that he could draw into to try and stop? There's the Malefic play. Again, that will create Rune Chants. Forming Gloom Veil. That is going to
This
create a
is
Rune
big.
Chant on the back end. Create another one thanks to the Malefic.
1 card in hand.
1 card in hand.
4, go again. Going to give the block here on the Iron Song Versus.
1 card in hand, but the Tunic means that Reaping Blade can come along. That's blocking 4.
Rebel.
Okay.
It's going to create
Rebel.
4 more Rune Chants, plus the 1 from the effect. And there's the 7, plus the Reaping Blade.
That means Alex is going 2-1, whether he likes it or not. Yeah,
Now,
doesn't have AB. He has to finish the game right now. And that means he has to give a card
I'll go to 1.
to the Reaping Blade because Alex is now down to 1. No arcane barrier whatsoever. Card has to be given, but a beacon of victory in hand, but you
What a high
cannot.
roll game here we got.
Yeah.
now, on a key turn on the last, did he ever get block out of his
Couldn't have been a-
headpiece on that previous turn? Because if not, he missed out on 2 value. I would assume he's a masterful
Yeah,
level
he-
Boltyn
he-
player. I have to assume that he did block with
Blocked
it.
4 on the turn before.
That could have been a key miss, but instead, covering it up, taking a card from the hand. Now he has a singular attack, an Express Lightning, and he has an attack reaction.
Can you play it if you haven't charged? Does Beacon of Victory work like
I
that?
don't recall. Let's see if Beacon of Victory can come up here real quick.
No, you just have to banish X cards from your soul.
Yeah, which means it does reflect a +2 buff available here since there are 2 cards in soul. Now, if it's respected, then this could just be enough. And look, he's going to respect it. He knows exactly. Because the other thing you have to play around is the Courageous Steel hand
Yes.
as a +3. And he plays around it effectively, creates the rune chant, shows everything. And that is the game. Can you believe it?
If I hold one more card, it's
A beacon
That's
for Lumina.
yeah.
brutal, as you hear Alex saying, I just need to hold one more card, but that's flesh and blood for you, Nick. Moving on to the finals with Viserai Rune Blood, and he will be taking on one of the 2 Verdances that are slowly trying to life gain their way into relevance.
What storylines and drama are unfolding here at Battle Hardened Milwaukee? A 1-seed Boltyn shows up and falls in a narrow game against Viserai. This is incredible. And if you want to see the rest of this play out, don't go too far. We're going to take a 1-minute break to bring everything back around, see if we can maybe jump in live to the Verdance Mirror. That will decide who's going to the finals. So stick around. We got more Flesh and Blood coming your way.